let's just talk a little bit about how it all began. Let's take it back, because I think what makes it all the more impressive is that you did not come from a background which made it easy for you financially. Your father famously took on all these jobs to make it possible for you. You came really from the bottom to work your way up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been racing a long time. I've been racing for 23 years, which is,
Because you started when you were 8.
I started when I was 8, yeah. And basically it was my parents separated when I was 2, and I'd spend weekends with my dad, and he had no idea what to do with me. He's not particularly comfortable with kids, and he's like, what do I do with this kid on the weekends? And we would watch the Grand Prix, so I started watching Grand Prix from, I think, 5, fascinated with cars, and he bought me a radio control car. And then it just so happened he was living in Hatfield, and one of the neighbors had a professional RC car. And at 5, I think I was 4, he let me drive it. And this is quite expensive, but I was just so good at it. So my dad bought me one for Christmas, and there was a local club up in the countryside, not far from us, and I went and raced against. I was 4 or 5 years old, racing against people of all our age. I was the youngest there by at least 10, 12 years, and I was beating all these, and they would stand up on the rostrum because they're looking down over a track, and I'd had to have like 2 beer or 2 crates to stand up on to be able to see over the wall. And
so your dad was getting the idea that you were probably pretty good at this.
Yeah, because I just had such good hand-to-eye coordination, and the people they couldn't believe at the time. And I went on Blue Peter, I think, when I was 5, racing against adults again, and which is kind of neat. And then I don't know if someone spoke to him about getting me a go-kart, but I think perhaps someone said to him, he does have such good hand-to-eye coordination, how about getting him a kart? And he bought me a go-kart from the Loot, I think it's from the Loot newspaper. It's been owned by like 5 or 6 families, and we drove it around the B&Q car park and up and down the street where we lived, and entered into a local kart track, which is Hoddesdon, called Ride House. And we entered our first 6 races as a novice, and I won my first 6 races as a novice.
And of such thing, dreams are made, because obviously you then went on, you worked your way up, through the different sort of layers of racing, if you like, before you finally hit the heady heights of Formula One. And did you?
It wasn't for us. It was just a hobby, though.
But was there a plan at some? I mean, at some point, did you think?
At some stage, at one point.
Do you think actually I could be doing Formula One? I could be winning Formula One.
Well, already at 5, I wanted to be Ayrton Senna. After watching him, I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I know it's very rare, and pretty much I don't think I know any of my friends that knew what they wanted to do at 5. It was actually either Ayrton Senna or Superman.